Hi, today we will discuss strength of material subject, Unit 2, CFOs and bending moment, Lecture 8, overhanging beam. So, how to draw the CFOs and bending moment diagram for a overhanging beam. Okay, so you know very well what is overhanging beam. So, if the end portion of the beam is extended beyond the support, such type of beam is called overhanging beam. End portion of the beam is extended beyond the support, then such beam is called as overhanging beam. In case of overhanging beam, the bending moment is positive between the two supports, whereas the bending moment is negative for the overhanging portion. So in the case of overhanging beam, the bending moment is positive between the two supports, whereas the bending moment is negative for the overhanging portion. Hence, at some point, the bending moment is 0. So, from the positive to negative, it will reach, when it will reach, the bending moment value will be 0 at some point after changing its sign from the positive to the negative or vice versa. So, that point is known as the point of contraflexure or point of inflection. Therefore, the point of contraflexure is nothing but it is the point where the bending moment is 0 after changing its sign from positive to negative or vice versa. So, where the bending moment value is 0 after changing its positive to negative value, that point is called as point of contraflexure. So, when you are considering the overhanging beam, so this is the two support. After this two support, the beam is extended beyond the support. Then it is called the overhanging beam. In this, in between these supports, the bending moment value will be positive, but it's come down on between B and C, overhanging portion, the bending moment value will be negative. So the bending moment value will be positive to this portion negative. So some point the bending moment value will be 0. So at this point where the bending moment changes its sign from positive to the negative, at this point is known as point of contraflexure. Okay. So this is important point you should consider in the overhanging beam. So what is overhanging beam? So the beam, the end portion of the beam is extended beyond the support is called overhanging beam. The overhanging is either single overhanging beam or double overhanging beam. If only one support, the beam is extended beyond one support, then it is called single overhanging beam. If the two supports are extended beyond the support, then it is called the double overhanging beam. So in the overhanging beam, the point of contraflexure is nothing but where the bending moment is changes its sign from positive to negative. Means the bending moment value is 0 where that point is called point of contraflexure. Okay. Now we can see the problem. So draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for a overhanging beam carrying a uniformly distributed load of 2 kN per meter over the entire length as shown in figure. So entire length of the beam, overhanging beam, the uniformly distributed load acting is 2 kN per meter. Also locate the point of contraflexure. So you can see here there are two support. Beyond this two support, the end portion is extended beyond this support. Therefore, it is called overhanging beam. In this overhanging beam, throughout the length of the beam, the load uniformly distributed load is acting 2 kN per meter. The length of the beam is given as in between these two support 4 meter. Then the end portion, the extended portion is 2 meter. So total length of the beam is 6 meter. So they are asked you to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for this type of overhanging beam subjected to uniformly distributed load. So you know very well the first step in drawing the shear force and bending moment diagram is to find out the reactions. So here at this support A, there will be a reaction is called RA, and this support B, there will be a reaction which is called RB. So first of all, you need to find out the reaction at A, RA, and reaction at B, RB. So you know how to calculate the reactions. So to calculate the reaction, you have to use the two equations that one is sum of the moment at A is equal to 0, and another equation is the sum of the upward vertical force will be equal to sum of the downward vertical force. Either you can use this equation as sum of the moment at A equal to 0 or sum of the moment at B equal to 0. Now in this overhanging beam, we can take at support A, sum of the moment at A equal to 0. So now if you solve these two equations, you will get the RA and RB. You can see the moment at A is equal to 0. So at this point, the moment will be A equal to 0. Therefore, here what is the moment load into distance? So here the vertical load RB into perpendicular distance is 4 meter, and this RB is acting towards anti-clockwise direction towards the section A. So you are taking moment at A point. So towards A point, the RB is acting like a anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, the sign is negative sign. Therefore, minus RB into distance, perpendicular distance is 4 meter. From the RB, we are considering section A. Therefore, from the RB to A, 4 meter. Therefore, minus RB into 4. Then, what are the other forces acting? This uniformly distributed load toward the length L, 6 meter 2. So this 2 you have to convert to the point load. It means 2 into L, right? 2 into the distance of uniformly distributed load is acting. So 2 into distance of uniformly distributed load is acting is 6 meter. Therefore, this 2 into 6 is acting at the center of the beam. Therefore, 2 into 6 by 2 distance is the center from the point A, right? So this is, you can see, you are taking the moment at the point A. This load is acting 2 into 6 at a distance of 3 meter from the A. See, towards the A, it is a clockwise direction, right? So this downward load, it is acting like a clockwise direction towards the section A. Therefore, this 2 into 6 into 6 by 2, 2 into 6 into 3 will be is equal to 0. Now we can solve this equation. So RB will be is equal to RB into 4 will be is equal to this value. Then RB equal to 36 by 4. Therefore, RB is equal to 9 kilonewton. So RB value is 9 kilonewton. Now another equation, RA plus RB, sum of the vertical force, upward force will be equal to sum of the downward force. So upward vertical force is RA plus RB will be equal to downward vertical force is 2 into this distance 6. So 2 into uniformly distributed load is acting at a distance of 6. So 2 into 6. So 2 into 6. Therefore, RA will be is equal to RB value is 9, right? So 2 into 6 is 12. Therefore, RA will be equal to 12 minus this RB is 9. So 12 minus 9 is nothing but 3. So RA will be equal to 3 kilometer. So this is how we have to find out the reactions first. So to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram, first step is to calculate the reactions RA and RB. For that, you have to use two equations. Sum of the moment at A equal to 0. Sum of the upward force will be equal to downward force. So RB, RA value we found, RA 3 kN, RB 9 kN. Next step is to draw the shear force diagram. First you consider the section between A and B. So how to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram? So if you want to know the shear force value at A and at B, you have to take the section between A and B. If you want to shear force value at the point B and at the point C, you have to take the section between B and C and find the shear force value. So how to calculate the shear force value? You have to take the section between the beam and consider left side or right side of the section. If you add sum of all the forces, algebraic sum of all the forces, if you add, that is called shear force. So what is shear force? Algebraic sum of all the forces acting either to left side or right side of the section we consider. So if I'm taking the section between A and B, I just consider left side, all the forces if I add, that is called shear force. So what is bending moment? Sum of the algebraic sum of all the moments which is acting either left side or right side of the section. Suppose if I take the section between A and B, if I take the left side, if I add all the moment, then it is called the bending moment. So this is how we have to calculate shear force and bending moment. Now I need to know the shear force value at point A and at point B. What I have to do? I have to take the section between A and B and find out one general equation f of x. In that equation, if I substitute x equal to 0, that is at point A, I will get this shear force value here, A point. Similarly, at x equal to 4 meter, if I substitute, I will get the shear force at the point B. Then I can able to draw the shear force diagram. Similarly, if I want to know the shear force value at B and shear force value at C, I have to take the section between B and C. Then I can form the equation f of x equation. So from that equation, if I substitute the at point B, that is x equal to 4 meter, I will get the B value. And at x equal to at C point, x equal to 6 meter, if I substitute, I will get the at C point shear force value. So this is how you have to calculate the shear force value. Okay, now you can see how to draw the shear force diagram. So first is shear force at A. What is the shear force at A? Which is nothing but reaction at A, RA, which is equal to plus 3 kilonewton. So RA plus 3 kilonewton is acting at a point A. Now I need to know the value of shear force at point A and at point B. Therefore, the shear force at any section XX between A and B at a distance of x from A is given by. So in between A and B, I take the section XX at a distance of small x from the point A. Okay. So what is the shear force? Just add the force left side of the section you consider. So left side of the section you consider, what are the shear force available? One is upward force RA, that is plus RA. Another one is downward plus load 2 into distance x. If you convert this to UDL to the point load, 2 into this distance x. So 2 into x is acting downward. So minus 2x. So this RA is acting upward, therefore plus RA. This 2x is acting downward, therefore this is minus 2x. Therefore RA value, 3 kilonewton minus this 2x. So this is the equation 1. So I want to know that point A at point B. So if I substitute the x value, I will get shear force value. So at point A, the x value will be 0. Therefore, FA is equal to, substitute x equal to 0, 2 into 0, 0, therefore 3. So FA will be 3 kilonewton. And at point B, substitute the value x equal to 4 meter. Therefore, FB is equal to 3 minus 2 into 4. So minus 2 into 4, 2 into 4, 8 minus 8. So 3 minus 8 minus 5 kilonewton. Therefore, at B, the shear force value is minus 5 kilonewton. So the shear force varies according to the straight line law, because you can see the f of x equation in terms of x. Therefore, straight line law you have to use between A and B. So between A and B, if you take the section, you can get the f of x equation in terms of x. Therefore, the shear force varying according to the straight line law between A and B. Therefore, at A the shear force is positive, whereas at B the shear force is negative. Right? At A point, the positive value 3 kilonewton. At B point, negative value minus 5 kilonewton. Therefore, in between A and B, somewhere the shear force value is 0, because positive to negative. Therefore, somewhere else the shear force value is 0. So the point where the shear force is 0 is obtained by substituting f of x equal to 0 in the equation 1. So in the equation 1, if you substitute f of x equal to 0, then you will get to the x value where the shear force value is 0. Therefore, this f of x is 0 is equal to 3 minus 2x. Therefore, 2x equal to 3. Therefore, x equal to 3 by 2. 2x equal to 3, x equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, x equal to 1.5 meter. Therefore, shear force is 0 at a distance of 1.5 meter from the point capital A. Our shear force is 0 at the point capital D. So you can see in this figure, shear force diagram. Here you can see at point RA, 3 kilonewton. Point A, the shear force value 3 kilonewton. Then at point B, the shear force value is minus 5 kilonewton. Therefore, from the 3 kilonewton, you can draw the linear line, straight line to the point B minus 5 kilonewton. So, at a distance of 1.5 meter, x equal 1.5 meter, the point D, the shear force value will be 0. So, out of this 4 meter, x equal 1.5 meter, the shear force value will be 0. Okay. Next, you need to know the shear force value at the point B and shear force value at the point C. What you have to do? In between B and C, you have to take the section and find the shear force value, right? So, you know, to find out shear force between B and C. Here you can see this is the point B and this is the point C. In between, I am taking the section at a distance of x from the point A, right? So, what is shear force? Algebraic sum of all the forces acting left side of the portion. So, what are the forces acting? So, if I am taking section here Fx, so Fx will be equal to Ra plus here on Rb upward positive Ra plus positive Ra positive Rb. So, plus Ra plus Rb. Then you can see downward minus 2 into this distance x. So URL is acting at a distance of x, therefore 2 into x, minus 2 into x. So this is the equation, f of x equation. So Ra will be 3 kilonewton, you know, Rb will be 9 kilonewton, you know, minus 2x. Therefore 3 plus 9, 12 minus 2x. This is the equation 2. So at B point, that is at x equal to 4 meter, the B value is equal to 12 minus 2 into 4. 12 minus 2 into 4, 8. So 12 minus 8, 4 kilometer. So plus 4 kilometer. So B point, from the minus, it will increase to plus 4 kilonewton. Then at C point, x equal to 6 meter, 4 plus 2 at PC point x equal to 6 meter, therefore x equal to 12 minus 2 into 6, so 12 minus 6, 2 into 6, 12, so 12 minus 12, 0. Therefore at C point 0. Therefore from the 4 kilonewton at B, it is come to 0 at point C. So you can see first Ra 3 kilonewton increased, then at B minus 5 kilonewton decreased. So f of x equal to 0, from that 1.5 meter where shear force 0 we found. Then from the B point, while you are taking section here, B to C, you have to find out B point 4 kilonewton increase, again C point 0. So this is how we want to draw the shear force diagram. Okay. Now we can see how to draw the bending moment diagram. So similarly, if you want bending moment value between A and B, you have to take the section between A and B, right? Similarly, if you have to bending moment value between B and C, you have to take the section between B and C, right? So now bending moment at any section between A and B, you can take between A and B, take the section. So here it is nothing but not only the force into distance is moment. So just consider the section left side, force into distance. You add all the forces into distance, that is all the moment you will get. So moment at x will be equal to force into distance Ra into x. This is downward minus 2x. 2 into x is converted to 0.4. Then it is distance of x by 2 distance. So 2x into x by 2. So this 2x is acting at the center between this A and this section. Therefore, this section is x distance. So x by 2 is the center. So 2x is the load and x by 2 is the distance. So 2x into x by 2. So Ra value is 3 kilonewton, you know. Therefore, moment at x equal to Ra 3 into x minus 2 get cancelled x square. So this is the bending moment equation between A and B. Therefore, if you substitute at A x equal to 0, you will get bending moment at A. If you substitute x equal to 4 meter at B, you will get the bending moment at B. So at A, x equal to 0, the moment at A equal to 3 into 0 minus 0 square. So for moment at A equal to 0. At B, x equal to 4 meter, the moment at B equal to 3 into 4 minus 4 square. So 12 minus 16, so minus 4 kilonewton meter. So at A, the bending moment value, you can see here, at A, the bending moment value is 0. At B, the bending moment value is 4, okay, minus 4 kilonewton, right? So the maximum bending moment occurs at the D where shear force is 0 after changing its side. So where will we get the maximum bending moment? where the shear force is value is 0. Okay. So shear force value is 0. Where the shear force value is 0, you can see at point D, the shear force value is 0. That is 1.5 meter. Here you will get the maximum bending moment. Here you will get the maximum bending moment. So if you substitute the equation x equal to 1.5 meter, you will get the maximum bending moment. It is the meaning. So at x equal to 1.5 meter, the shear force value is 0. Therefore, if you substitute the bending moment equation x equal to 1.5 meter, you will get the maximum bending moment. So you can see here, the maximum bending moment occurs at the point D where the shear force is 0 after changing sign. Therefore, at D x equal to 1.5 meter. Therefore, MD is equal to 3 into 1.5 minus 1.5 square. So if you substitute 2.25 kilonewton meter, so the bending moment is maximum 2.25 at point D. And you can see this is the parabolic curve. Why? Because the moment equation is in terms of x square. In between A and B, there will be a parabolic curve. So you can see the diagram here. The bending moment value at A is 0. The bending moment value at the B is minus 4 kilonewton. And the bending moment value at the D is plus 2.25. So parabolic curve 0 to parabolic maximum 2.25. Then it will reduce to the minus 4. So at somewhere else, the bending moment is changes its sign from positive to the negative. That is called point of contrafluxure. So where the shear force value is 0, the bending moment value will be maximum. Where the bending moment will be 0, that point is point of contrafluxure. So keep in mind, where the shear force value is 0, that is shear force value changes its sign from positive to the negative, that point is called maximum bending moment point. So where the bending moment is 0 point, that point is called point of contrafluxure or point of inflection point. Okay, so you keep in mind. Then next, so at point A 0, at point D maximum 2.25, at point B minus 4 kilonewton meter bending moment. Now you need to know the bending moment value at B and C. At B and C. Therefore, what you have to do? You have to take the section between B and C and find out the bending moment value, right? Then I can get the moment at x value. You can substitute B value x equal to 4 meter and x equal to 6 meter. You will get the point B and C bending moment value. So here you can see. In between, take the bending moment on any section between B and C at a distance of x from the point A. So moment at x will be equal to load and distance. Clockwise load upward, clockwise towards the section. So plus RA into this distance x. Then this is downward towards clockwise, towards anti-clockwise towards the section. Therefore minus 2x, 2 into x, and acting at a distance of x by 2. Then this value upward towards clockwise to the section, therefore plus RB into total distance x here 4, therefore x minus 4 is this distance, right? So here the section is there, so load into this distance, RB into this distance. So this distance is nothing but this distance minus this distance. So this distance x, this distance 4, x minus 4. So RB into x minus 4. So moment at x equal to RA value 3, x 3x minus 2 get cancel x square plus RB 9 into x minus 4. This is the equation 4. So at point B, what is x value? 4 meter. Substitute, you will get moment at B minus 4 kilonewton meter already found. Then at point C, x equal to 6 meters. Substitute moment at C equal to x equal to 6 meter in this equation. 3 into 6 minus 6 square plus 9 into 6 minus 4. If you substitute, you will get moment at C equal to 0. Therefore, moment at C is equal to 0. Therefore, you can see here diagram. So at point A, bending moment 0. At point D, where the shear force changes sign from positive to negative, shear force value 0. The maximum bending moment will get 2.25. Then at point B, minus 4 kilonewton, and bending moment value changes its sign from positive to negative. That is called point of inflection or point of contrafluxure. Then between B and C, B point minus 4 kilonewton meter, at C point 0. So parabolic curve. So why the parabolic curve? The equation is in terms of x square. That is why the parabolic. Keep in mind. So point of contrafluxure. Now, point of contrafluxure is nothing but where the bending moment value changes its sign from positive to negative. So moment at x, the point of contrafluxure is between where point A to B, in between A and B. So in between A and B, the x moment at x value is moment at x in between A and B is, here you can see, in between A and B, if you take the section, moment at x equation is 3x minus x square. So if you substitute 0 here, 3x minus x square equal to 0 in between A and B, that x value is, you can find out where the bending moment is 0. That is point of contrafluxure, right? So here you can substitute. The point will be between A and B where the bending moment 0 after change its sign. But bending moment at any section at a distance of x from A between A and B is given by the equation as moment at x equal to 3x minus x square. Therefore, if you substitute 3x minus x square equal to 0, you will get x equal to 3 meter. So x equal to 3 meter is the point. It is the point of contrafluxure. Therefore, point of contrafluxure will be at a distance of 3 meter from the point A. That can be denoted as capital E. Here you can see from the point A at a distance of 3 meter, x equal 3 meter, bending moment is changing sign from positive to negative 0. E point, this point is called the point of contrafluxure. So where the shear force is 0, there the bending moment will be maximum. Where the bending moment is 0, that point is called point of contrafluxure. Okay, so I hope you understand. Thank you for listening.